Hello and welcome to a new weekly vlog. It is Tuesday. We're on the way into my dad's. Going to Belfast on Thursday for a bit of a shifty around. Isaac and Steve will go and do their own thing, and me and Darren will probably go to the cinema. The only thing that's on that we want to see is Sheep Detectives. There's one on called 500 Miles, which looks like it could be quite funny. It's just like a drama, like comedy drama. So I might go see that instead. We'll see what sort of time limits are. In case I forget, Isaac, that cinema has no signal. So if you were to try and call me or text me when we're in it, I won't get it. Yeah. So you have to be sure that you want all that time before we go watch a film.
As long as we can have.
Right, that's fine, because last time I was absolutely convinced they'd be bored early, but they weren't. So we didn't go to the cinema last time. Right enough, we were going to go see The Bride, which we saw at a later date, which was terrible. So I didn't miss much. There's a little Greasy Spoon cafe up there that's pretty cheap. We go and get a bite to eat. Here comes Darren. Did he not? Oh no, he's got them. Those crispy bar packets that used to be £1, then they went up to, I think there's £3 odd at the minute, and the shop are doing
got 4 caramel chocolate and 2 melon.
Oh yeah, them things.
They've just put them out.
Jesus, that's good.
So going, I send Isaac and get 6 more.
Well, maybe do it on the way home.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're £1 a packet, £1.10p a packet at the Spar until Sunday.
On offer at Tesco, I think there's something like £2.45 a packet when they're on offer.
Yeah, well, they're usually £3 odd. I remember I used to get them when Isaac was at primary school, and they were £1 a packet at that point. My dad's talking about wanting to go to Bella Medina, which is in Spain. I think it's in Spain in December, and he's trying to get somebody to go with him. Obviously we can't afford to all go because kenneling, all that stuff for dogs, we couldn't afford it. I think he's hinting at Darren, but I'm like, go with Brendan, your friend. Brendan has got a wife who is disabled, but I think the disability comes from alcoholism. She's in a wheelchair, but she wouldn't be, Jesus Christ, someone's just come out to go around 2 cars approaching a corner on a hill.
You didn't know overtaking, so.
She wouldn't be as disabled as my mum would have been. She does have carers that come in, but she can feed herself, and she can manage in the toilet and that sort of thing. They have got 4 adult children. Brendan is the same age as my dad. 4 kids. I don't know. I know at least one of them's a son. I don't know what the mix of boys and girls are. And he can't go because he can't leave her. And my brain's going, well, why can none of his 4 children step in and be with their mother for a week so that their father can take a bit of a break? Nope. So my dad says, oh, well, I mentioned it, and he said, oh, well, I can't come with you, and I didn't want to push it anymore. And my dad he won't raise it again. But I think it's a bit telling, or is that just me? I mean, if your parent was disabled and your other parent couldn't get away, would you not? I can understand if they had health issues themselves and she needed the amount of care my mum did. Now, I've stayed with my mum before so my dad could go away when she wasn't quite as bad as she was in the last, say, year of her life. But in the last year, she couldn't sit up unaided. She needed hoisting into and out of everything, and I couldn't have physically managed. So she did that one time he went away. She had respite care at the MS hospital. But the time my dad bashed his bloody head in, and he's talking about going away again. Great, that's something to look forward to worry about. I don't know what this van's doing. We're doing 34 mile an hour in a 60, and the traffic coming the other way is just spaced out beautifully, meaning this is the one part you can usually pass because it's
that car in front.
No,
These mirrors, if you go around
it's long and straight, but there's no way I'm going around 2 cars. Absolutely no way. I'm not in that big a rush to get anywhere. But yeah, so I don't know what'll happen, but I thought it was really telling that none of this guy's 4 adult children can actually stay with the mother to let him have a bit of a break. It's not good.
She might qualify for respite place.
I don't think Brendan would want to put. A lot of people feel like it's a responsibility of theirs, and they wouldn't. Maybe she would be the type that would say, "I'm not doing that," you know. Because my mum was like that for years. They didn't want carers in the house. It was only one of the occasions that she ended up in hospital, which is the one that the doctor more or less started talking about end of life and not resuscitating to me. And that was quite a few years before she actually did pass, so that it was a bit shocking. Was it that time or the time before? Anyway, it was one of the times she ended up in hospital, and there were a lot of questions asked about what was at home, what facilities, what blah blah blah, and then it was basically told, look, you need somewhat, you need a care team coming in, and they sort out the carers. And prior to that, me and Darren had tried, look, you're entitled to this, it would be a big help. Absolutely not, we don't want strangers coming in our house. Oh, they just wouldn't have it. And then when they got it, she's like, I don't know how I ever did without it. A lot of people are very stuck in their ways, and they don't want to change routine, and they don't like the idea of strangers. But you get to know the same people that come in all the time, and they become friends. I suppose some of them do anyway. And some of the carers, there was a little woman that used to come to my mum in the morning to help her with breakfast. It was all different ones. Some just came for feeding, other came for personal care and washing and stuff. And this woman at one point bought my mum in groceries, like not loads of stuff, like just some little tins she had, and she knew my mum liked, and she's like going out and picking up wee things for my mum, or like getting her a present at Christmas. And it's like, gee, so it was a really good thing in the end. The second company they went with before my mum died was a Shara Shite. And I maintain if it was the first company, she may not have. I know my mum was probably within the last year of her life. I know that. And maybe if she did,
help matters, though.
I think it was expedited by the fact that they weren't. And we phoned up and we complained because they weren't logging, no pun intended, when my mum had been to the toilet and stuff. And I was getting concerned about constipation. She hadn't been in a long time.
Yeah, the manager tried telling me that they didn't have to.
You don't have to log that.
I was like, you what?
But
I lost my rug with that day.
we just, what it was like, guys. I was forever going on about stuff. It was just really, really stressful trying to get any form of help. And I mean, I don't have the cheek of the devil, but Darren does. And he will ask, and he will phone, and he will, he will push.
I'll tell him to the face they're wholly incompetent.
Where your average person won't push, he will. So it just left us in a position of thinking, how bad a situation are a lot of older people in, that don't like to ask and are very proud.
I told them that as well.
Yeah. That it's.
We have a very good record.
So anyway, getting back to what I'm saying, it's like, I would imagine that he wouldn't want to ask for that form of help, but I don't understand why one of the kids wouldn't. I should say to Dad, mention it around the brother when he's in the BT club next time.
It's feeling very stormy down here.
Yeah, it's quite overcast, and when it's like a little, well, I've put the heating on in the car, so that might be it. It's feeling a bit warm but wet, and the sky is like black and grey, so it's not looking good. But anyway, other than my dad wanting to go to Spain in December, there's not any other news. Isaac's stopping jiu-jitsu, no exams this week, and that's about it. So I'll switch you off because there's nothing else to talk to you about.
Sold me Daleks. That little box of Daleks I got from B&M that time for £8.
How much did you sell them for?
$26.99.
Fucking hell. Darren keeps buying shite when we're out. I'm putting this on eBay. Now, generally, aforementioned shite sits for months, if not years. How long did they sit for? For a year, I'm sure.
It's probably about a year. But that was intended, though. I wasn't going to sell them straight away, because it's like those Cybermen I bought. £1 a box, and I bought 4 boxes from B&M years ago. And then when I sold them a year later, I got £27 plus per box, and they were £1 each. And
then you know what he does with the money for it? Buys fucking t-shirts. Yeah, because Darren needs more t-shirts. I spotted a new Rolling Stones one. If ever there's a band.
No, that's an old one. That came out too.
You got one the other day delivered from Vinted.
Yeah, that's what I told you I'd bought. That one's worth £300.
Oh, and what's the band?
Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
But the one that went through wash this morning is out of the rag bag in attic.
Approximately how many Rolling Stones?
I don't know, but it turns out this one's a House of the Gods print,
right,
and they're really expensive. So, well, I'll bang it on Vinted. So I'll put it through washer. I got it for a charity shop. I think I paid about 75p for it.
It's not about the money, it's about the amount of t-shirts you physically own, and the house is fucking falling down with Darren's t-shirt. I don't know who needs about 50 Rolling Stones t-shirts so that the world knows that they like the Rolling Stones. But
if it's your favourite band, then you're going to have Rolling shirts.
No, not that many, Isaac, and they're all the fucking same. They're all a big fucking tongue on the front. You don't need that many and you're going to say that because now you've started the same shite. Honestly.
But that Voodoo Lounge one, I could not believe. The guy wanted 30 quid for it and it'd been up 4 months. It just said Rolling Stone single stitch shirt, no detail. And I spotted it, so I was like, what? So I offered him 20 quid thinking he'd tell me to get stuffed, and he just accepted. It was like, but this t-shirt, minimum's 180 quid on eBay.
Get it sold then. I don't get it. I know individual females that chuck their partner's shirts out when they're not looking, and they don't even know that they've done it. Oh, I don't like that, I'll get rid of it, I'll sell it, or take it to the charity shop. Darren would fucking string me up if I did that on him. But I've never known someone with more t-shirts and all that. There's a thing that Stacey Solomon does called something about sorting your house out, sort your life out, I think it's called, and it's for hoarders. And they fill a warehouse with the contents of the people's houses that they need to get it in order. And they had this man's t-shirts, and they had about 2 reels, you know, there's freestanding reels full of t-shirts, and I'm looking at them thinking, that's about 1/10 of what Darren has. And they were going on and on and on about how many t-shirts do you really need that many t-shirts? This is ridiculous for a man to have this many t-shirts. How many of these do you wear? And I'm thinking, I need to write into this fucking show today, see what a collection of t-shirts actually is. Isaac started to get as bad now. So not only has Isaac got loads of t-shirts, he's now got loads of his dad's t-shirts that didn't fit.
At least I'm buy new ones.
But you still buy new ones. There's so many. Honestly, it's going to get to the point I'll be like, right, if there's no room for it, you don't buy it. And if you buy it, you get rid of something else to make room for it. The amount of shit that I would like to buy and I have to go, no, I can't because there's no fucking room for it. It's not fair. And you two just keep buying fucking t-shirts.
There is room.
There isn't room, Isaac. The
How
house
do
is...
we keep buying stuff?
The house is a fucking... It's coming down with shite everywhere. It looks cluttered, it's... And I seem to be the only person that gets rid of stuff. This is a bone of contention, if you can already tell. I just would be a person that would like to be a little bit less cluttered and a little bit more minimalist and a little bit more tidy, but these two are the complete opposite. Don't look like Damien. Right, you can get an idea what the weather's doing now. I put a load of my clothes. I kept saying I'm going through my wardrobe and putting stuff on Unvented that doesn't fit, and I did. Don't you walk out. I've still got Isaac's t-shirts to put up that didn't fit, or he doesn't want. But I couldn't do it last week because we were busy with revision. This week, yesterday, fibre was kicking my arse. It was so bad. It's not as bad today, thank God, but yesterday was not good. But I've only sold about 4 things. But people are wanting, like, I put a jumper up that I bought and I've worn it once and it didn't suit me, so I put it up for sale. I put it up for a £5. It's new, brand new. But the person of 2 people offered me £3 for it, and I didn't want to take £3 because it's brand new.
But everyone does offer. I mean,
but now nobody's offering me nothing for it. I'm going to come out again on the fucking curb. That didn't want to move then. Or parking spaces. There's a family that lives there, and none of them drove, and now 2 of them have got fucking, one's got an L plate and another's got an R plate, 2 brand new drivers. So I could have parked down there, but my dad's neighbour is in Florida because I've been watching her videos.
Because she didn't have a car, she walked it.
Does she? I might do that. You see, I parked there the other day, and as I'm parking there I saw movement in the house, and I'm like, hang on, is there somebody in there? And Darren says, yeah, there's someone house sitting while she's away. And I'm like, oh shit, I've parked in her parking space. I suppose I'm not going out so they can come and move me if need be. It's just really, really pissing it down and we're going to get soaked. So I'll park in that space. I still don't like doing it because I'm like, what if she drives that car and she wants to drive it out and I've blocked her in? Do you know if she drives that car?
I think that's one of the ones' cars.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm sure they've got the white car and the big black one.
Right.
Because they got rid of that nice Peugeot for that bus.
Right, I'm just putting a note there so she knows where I am if she needs me to move. Right, I shall catch up with you later. So today we're visiting a new nail salon. This is Miss Sophie's nail salon. And Miss Kira is having her lovely long nails treated. I think that's us done. I think we're finished. And in the package, we are. She's having her hair done. Fantastic to keep up that nice new brown. And Lisa's a terrible photographer. There we go. Let's get her hair done. Kira's just gone to jail for thievery of nail polish from the salon, but she got out because she said sorry. That sounds like a pretty good deal to me. So today we are in the maternity ward, and Kira is 8.5 to 9 months. She's struggling here. Dr. McCarthy is looking after her. She's brought, I think birth is imminent. I think we're looking in the medicine bag for what we need. Do you need an injection? And that'll be it all over.
Well, that'd be an injection that soothes all the pain.
That's it. That's your epidural. There you go. It's a breeze now, she said, with her fingers crossed. And here we go. The birth is Here, look, there's a wee hat for her head.
Thank you so much.
Hello, it is my roots. Look at my scalp is orange because I've got that spray on for my grey hair. It's Thursday. We're just taking her on up to Belfast today. We're going to get Stephen. Oh, it's raining. Hopefully it's not raining up there. I'll check the weather in a minute. Just have to drop off one of my vintage sales at the shop. I can't believe how cheap people sell things on Vinted. It's ridiculous. So I'm trying to get rid of like some wardrobe items, but you make very, very little because most people are selling things for like £1 or £2 or whatever. So I sold a few things, but with very little money at the moment. But we're waiting on Darren. Kale's praise. He is told hours in advance what time we're leaving at. And I ID'd the living room, put all the things on the sofa so she can't get on, and pulled forward furniture so she can't climb on windowsills. They've just eaten, they've been out for a wee, so I don't know what's happening right now. 6 minutes past 12, we're meant to be leaving at 12. Yes, I am one of those people. If you tell people the time, expect them to be ready at that time. Which seems to be a rarity. Can't think of anything else to tell you. Me and Darren. 56 days till the new Motionless on my album. I don't think you're interested in that, Alan. You'll be delighted to know that, eh? What was I going to say? Can't remember. I'm sure it wasn't very interesting. Me and Darren are hopefully going to see the Sheep Detectives today. We'll see. I'm not sure 100%. This little bird just flew. Don't know where he came from. Oh, it's a little robin. 2 robins. Look. Oh, that's nice. I like robins. There's no birds in hardly any other houses up here. They all come and sit on our roof because we're the only person that feeds them. There's 2 little robins flying about. Dead cute.
Why is it into the car?
I don't have one either, but...
Yeah, but we're not just walking around Belfast aimlessly. He is, and it's going to piss it down. I did tell him before we came out.
Do you want to get a coat, Isaac? Right, I will switch them off. I will check in with you later on. In a different screamer in Belfast today to see sheep detectives. And we're just reveling in how nice and big the screen is compared to our little town. But the seats are so uncomfortable. They're like hard. And they don't recline. Dear me.
All the signals.
You can't see that tears are real life crying. We can't put our hearts together. We're suspicious stars. And we can't feel our dreams on suspicious minds.
Hello, happy Friday. Today I'm just watching Susie's vlog. There's little Bernie. Let me pause so you can hear me. And I am doing little, what's the word? Pixie dust. Like things for holiday, where the place we're going, it's a common thing to put little things on your door with magnets and little kids. So that's like a little dinosaur, and that's a snap bracelet that I've got like little more girly thing with some stickers and little gooey thing. Just got loads of bits and I'm putting them in little baggies. I'm putting them on the door every day, and it's just for little kiddies to pick up, you know, so that they, you know, it's nothing spectacular, it's just little silly things like that's little Monsters Inc. key rings, little squishy men, little things. I know they're like dead cheapy things, but little kids don't give a shit, do they? They are Croc things. Loads of kids wear Crocs in Disney. The dogs are overseeing everything.
Is that your treasures?
Okay, that's me done for now. I've got a couple of bags full of little stickers, and tried to do some for boys and some for girls. So we've got little pixie dust bags to put on the doors. I'll put in some pictures of like what I mean, but in the hotel Pop Century we're going to, lots of people put things on the doors. Oh, I thought I'd put you onto it. I always forget just how bright these are until I see myself. They look better when you've like put makeup on and put your hair down and dressed up and stuff. They don't look as woo as when you're actually wearing them, when you look like this. I have got the headache from hell. It's bordering on a migraine. I've taken one of Darren's can't say it, is it Somatropan sprays, nasal sprays, migraine sprays, and a couple of cocodamol. It's not doing anything. The weather is like, it's going to storm. I can tell by looking at the sky. It's really overcast. It rains, it stops, it rains, it stops, but it's really hot. And when weather does that, my head just goes crazy. So what can I catch you up on this week? We went to Belfast yesterday. I didn't film anything. We went to see sheep detectives. I love things with talking animals. I'm a big child. It was so sad. I won't tell you anything about the story, don't worry, but if you are bringing young children to it, please be very careful. It's not just me. I know multiple people that have been to see it that it's made cry. I need it. Now, this is a rarity. I needed to get the hankies out when I left. The snot was blinding me. My nose was running me. I was a mess. There's a few films in my life that I just can't even look at it when I'm around people because it's embarrassing. Incredible Journey's one. At the end, when the animals are running back over the hill and the little boy thinks his dog hasn't made it because he was old, and then the dog comes limping over the hill and he's talking and he's... It doesn't matter how many times I watch that, I will cry. The other one was Marley and Me at the cinema. I went to see that thinking it was a romantic comedy with like a fun movie with a dog in. To make matters worse, at the time we had a really old dog who was on his last legs, so that wasn't good. I haven't watched it again. I will never watch that film again. And this one. Now, this one is lovely. It's a really nice film. It's very easy to watch. It's a family movie. But there is animal death in it, let's just be honest. Because obviously, you know, I'm going to cry. Well, in saying that, nothing died in The Incredible Journey and I cried. Obviously in Marley and Me, Marley dies and I cried. And in this, one of the animals passes away. And it's not nice, it's horrible. And then there's lots of sentimentality as well that would make you cry. And little thoughts and little things. Darren's on his way back with the dogs. But God, don't go see that. If you've got young children and they're easily upset, I bet there's quite a few kids needed to be taken out of that, I can imagine. But I don't even know what certificate it was. It certainly wouldn't have been a U. It would have been at least a PG. There's nothing unsuitable in it other than the fact it's very sad, and, you know, one of the scenes is a bit, I think, scary for young children. So Stephen came back with us last night. He stayed here, and Isaac is going to stay at Stephen's tonight. It is Friday. Loads of the scouts or explorers, should I say, because I have told you I left scouts, didn't I? I just hit it on the head because they were taking the piss out of me, and I just thought, fuck it, I'm the only person that's going that seems to give a shit, and I'm getting more and more and more and more put on me, and I'm not doing it anymore. Anyway, explorers, loads of them are doing exams, some are doing A-level, some are doing GCSE, so attendance is really sporadic. So I thought, if he doesn't want to go, he doesn't want to go, so he's gone to Stephen's. I'm fully expecting a text tomorrow. Can I stay tomorrow night as well? Which is fine, like, but I'm sure Stephen's mother's sick of the sight of him. But he needs to go into my dad's on Sunday because he's always doing something, and, you know, I want him to go and see my dad. What else? Just finished watching Suze's vlog. She went to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. They went for like a couple of days. Well, I don't know if it was a night or a couple of nights in Blackpool for her friend's 40th. And I've only been to Blackpool Pleasure Beach once, and I really enjoyed it, actually. And Suze hated there's like a hobby horse thing, but it's really fast, and I loved it. It's my favourite hobby horses I've ever been on. I don't know if you call them hobby horses anywhere else. Carousel in Northern Ireland, in Portrush, which is basically like Blackpool, but much smaller. It's a seaside town with amusements and rides and stuff. There's this like beautiful hand-painted carousel, and as children, everybody just always calls it the hobby horses. I don't know why. But the one in Blackpool's proper fast and awesome. I loved it. I went on the carousel in Disney World. Is it called the Prince Charming carousel? And I was so disappointed. I thought it was naff. Granted, it's for little kids, but it just didn't have that same. The one in Blackpool's fab. I love it. I've only been once. I'm too chicken to go on like the Big Dipper or anything like that. But I did go on Valhalla when it was there. I don't think it's there anymore because they were saying they're selling off parts of rides, like actual physical bits of wood and bits of metal from rides, which is pretty cool if you think about it, if it's like a part of your childhood. But I loved Valhalla in Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I have to go back at some point. My fucking head, I can't tell. I feel really sick now as well. So we had to clear the back room last night for Stephen to sleep in the spare bed, and fuck the mess on that bed. Well, it's not mess. It had all the stuff I've got on Vinted, all t-shirts Isaac pulled up to go on Vinted that he's outgrown or he won't wear anymore. And we've just had to like get them all sorted and put them back. But I think Darren put all the Isaac's t-shirts up, and he says he's sold 4 already. It's only like for a couple of quid each, but it's to try to get him some money for a holiday because literally he's got enough all at the minute. He was telling us yesterday about this guitar he'd spotted in the guitar shop they were in, and it's only 300 and something pounds, and I'm going to save up. And I'm looking at him thinking, yeah, you're going to save up. Isaac couldn't fucking, honestly, he can't save. Stephen's talking about getting a job, and I'm like, have you heard that, Isaac? Listen, have you heard that? Because he wants to save up and get himself a guitar, and then his parents are buying him one for Christmas as well. But we aren't as affluent, I think, as Stephen's parents, because I think the one he's getting for Christmas is like 900 quid, and we cannot afford to get our kid a 900 quid present for Christmas. It's just beyond our means. But he's hinting at, and the thing is, he wants to go in and buy it out of the shop, even if you can get exactly the same model anywhere else, just because he wants to go in the shop and actually buy it, which is just ridiculous. Even if he got it like 100 quid cheaper somewhere else, he wants to buy it out of that shop, which is This is 7-string as well, and most of the time you don't even play the top string apart from when you're doing certain heavy parts of some bands. But I don't think there's anything else to tell you. There's a new horror out called Passenger, which is getting really crap reviews. I was going to go see it tonight, but now I'm thinking, do I want to be arsed having... I tell you what it is. It's having to like sit and put makeup on your face and make yourself presentable to go see it. And people are saying it's shit. Obsession's really good though. If you haven't seen Obsession, go see it. It's really good. I'm saying that, and Kelly and Dave will go and see it and say that was fucking crap, because I'm like, go see Hereditary, it's brilliant, and they both hated it, and I just, it's still one of my favourite films. It freaked me the hell out. But yeah, so I don't think there's anything more of any interest to tell you. Isaac has his final GCSE of the year. Well, I say of the year, of this year group. Obviously he'll have more at the end of the year when he goes back. But RE, not remotely arsed. If he passes it, absolutely fine. But if he does end up going back to St. Louis to do his A-levels, he could end up having to do RE as the third one. Because it's an easy, well, I say it's easy, it's got essays in it as well. But I mean, his options are, the two he wants is moving image arts and music, clearly. That's the only interest he has. But you have to do 3. And I think now they make you do 4, and then you can drop one of the 4 after the first year. I don't think it's completely unfair that they do that. So his options are maths, no chance. 2 Englishes, no chance. Spanish, it gets so much more difficult doing a language at A-level. I did French and German, and the step up. As a matter of fact, I remember when I was at school, you get novels in whatever language it is, and you have to read the novels, and then you have to be able to write an essay like you would in English literature about like symbolism and imagery in German, or in whatever, in his case in Spanish. So you have to be able to do the equivalent of English literature in another language, and the step up from GCSE is ridiculous, so that's a no-no. What else does he do? Science, he doesn't like science, so that's a no-no. So the only subject, history, but the thought of getting your mana next year again, he would not want to go in that guy's class. I think if he could get the other teacher, he'd consider it, but if he's getting Morgan, no chance. So RE is the only fucking thing left, and Isaac's an atheist. He's got no interest, but I know the lady that used to be in Scouts with me, well, she's still there. Her daughter was in Isaac's class in primary school. They're at a different school now, but she's at a different school twice. What am I going to tell you? Oh, her big sister did RE for A-level, and she's an atheist, so it was just an easy pass. You know, if you want to go to uni and you need grades, RE's a really easy pass. So it's all common fucking sense. Well, it's you have to ask it the way they expect you to answer it, but as long as you can argue your point and show why you're saying that and where your knowledge is coming from, you're fine. But we shall see. So yeah, RE next week. But next week's a busy one for me. Sophie's sports day, little preschool sports day, is on Tuesday, so I'm going to that with her parents. Wednesday then obviously is the day I normally take them out to soft play. Thursday and Friday's just gonna, well, Friday's his exam. Thursday and Friday's my speed awareness course. I'm shitting myself because the rules, it's like if someone else comes into the room, if they hear someone in the room, they can disqualify you from the course. They're really pedantic about it, really specific. And the only place really in the house that I can go that's suitable is like the little room beside the kit, like a dining room, I suppose. It's just where we've got all our horror shit and movies and stuff, and I can sit at the table and do it. But obviously because it adjoins to the kitchen, it means for the 3 hours that I'm doing this, no one can come into the kitchen. Now if you like having a tea or a coffee or a drink or something, me managing to keep these lot out of the kitchen for 3 hours, I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do it. But other people have said that they were kicked off courses. One man's wife came in and made a cup of tea in the background. He got took off the course. Someone else, they could hear someone come into the room, but they couldn't see them, and they stopped and they asked the person, is someone else, you're not allowed to mute your mic, any of that stuff. You must have your face on camera. You can't, have your camera off. So it's really strict. So I've paid 97 quid for the pleasure of doing this speed awareness course. Honest to God, I'm scunnered. But I've got that, so I'll let you know how that was. That's the same day as Isaac's RE exam, but he'll be getting back when I'm in the middle of this fucking exam, or this, you know, course. Apparently they take it very, very seriously, and rightly so, speeding, etc, etc, but tell me who hasn't done like 35 mile an hour in a 30. We've all fucking done it. But yeah, I think that's it. Nothing else of any interest to tell you. That's all that's happening next week. Metallic is quite soon. I think Metallic is in like a month from now in Dublin. My fucking head is banging and I feel so sick right now, so I'm going to get off this recording and I'll film something or other before the end of the week to close it off. Hello, it is Saturday. I've just done my top 10 70s movies. I've been meaning to get done for a while. I'm just on the way in. I just stopped at the shop and I got this. It is the Apricot edition Red Bull. And I didn't actually, would you believe I didn't actually realise that was a fucking Red Bull? Shit. I thought it was an energy drink, but I didn't, and it's full of fucking sugar. I'll have to give it to Isaac. I'll have another sip of it. It's a bit too sweet. Oh. I saw the word apricot and I thought, oh, I'll give that a go. Not very keen. So yeah, I'm on my way in to collect Isaac from Stevens. He stayed there last night. Anything else to tell you of any note? No, can't really think of anything. I've just been in the house today playing my Assassin's Creed Shadows. There's so many hours of gameplay, it's fantastic. Nothing planned for this evening. There is a new horror at the cinema called Passenger, but every single person I know that has seen it has said it's bad. I'm trying not to swear so much, I'm trying my best, but most people are saying it's really bad. Also Star Wars is on. I'm not that big a fan. If they want to go see it, I suppose, you know, I think I've had enough Star Wars, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'll watch it when it comes to streaming, but I'm just tired of more and more and more Star Wars. I'm just all Star Wars out at the minute, you know what I mean? So I think it's a shame that there's nowhere nice to go on a day like this, but Isaac decided he wanted collecting at 4 o'clock, which was right in the middle of if you wanted to go somewhere and do something or go to, you know. Here the cinema doesn't open until like mid-afternoon, and that's on a weekend. During the week it doesn't open till like 5 o'clock, 5:30, that sort of time. So it's ridiculous. Other people are able to go to the cinema in the morning. We can't go to the cinema till like 6 o'clock at night. It's absolutely ridiculous. Saturday afternoon, like it's open 2 or something like that, but again, Isaac wanted it collected at 4, so that kind of scuppered going to the cinema. Not that there's anything, let's say Star Wars, that's about it. And the Mandalorian, Grogu and the Mandalorian, or the Mandalorian and Grogu, I can't remember what bloody way around it is, but it's probably alright, and I'm not going to say it's a bad movie, it's probably fine, but I've had enough of Star Wars right now. But yeah, I shall check in with you guys maybe tomorrow just to close off the vlog. Hope everybody's well and having a nice weekend. I think it's meant to be much warmer in England than it is here. What temperature is it here? Let me have a look. 17.5, which for here is warm, so I would imagine over in England you've got over 20 at least. But yeah, let me stop waffling. I shall catch up with you later. Hello, it is Sunday. The sound that sounds like something's taking off is my car air con. It's only 19 degrees, but it feels an awful lot warmer. Just about to go into my dad's, switch this on to, my hair's all fly away because I washed it yesterday. It's actually not as frizzy as usual, and I did just let it dry in. I put it like in a hair clip most of the day, but it's really soft. I put stuff that Sue sent me. Sue's the hairdresser, and it's so soft. My hair's never going to change its texture, like, but it feels so much better than usual. And like I say, I haven't straightened it, I haven't used anything on it because I don't really like to be honest. I also can't be bothered. So it's a lovely day. It's just a shame we're going in to sit in my fucking dad's on a lovely day. Not that I'm saying I don't want to go and see my dad. It's just like any time you could be doing. This week is meant to be gorgeous weather, and last week it pissed it down all week when we were free. This week Isaac's got his last exam on Friday, so we're going to have to do some revision for that.
If it's one test at the end of the week, we don't have to do too much every day.
Well, we need to do enough that you can go in and get a good grade in it, is it? Given that you've had 2 weeks to revise for it, you know what I mean? I can turn this down a little bit now that the car is down. It was horrible when we got in here. It was so hot. Well, I say hot. It's just, you know, like when you get in a car, it's really hot.
Baking.
So yeah, that's the steering wheel is boiling as well. Yeah, so this weekend's revision, like I say, the weather's meant to be lovely, which is typical. Sophie's sports day is on Tuesday. I won't be able to go out on Wednesday because we need to get revision in at some point. I don't know whether to do the revision on. I don't want to leave everything to the evening to just completely fill up every single day like we had before. It's not going to be anything like what it was like for history and maths and stuff, because it's not difficult really. It's just there's certain things that. Do you remember when St. Patrick's Day is?
March 14th?
No, 17th.
Oh, jeez.
Right, remember the band Wednesday 17. Try
Wednesday 13th.
Well, there you go. We both do it. We get 13s and 17s confused. How can we remember 17? How are we going to remember 17? I can't think of any way.
One more than 6.
2 older than you. So St. Patrick's Day is 2 days older than your age. 17th. Isaac always gets this in an exam when St. Patrick's Day, and he always gets it wrong. It's like
You mean like when he gets it wrong if the Pope's Catholic?
Yeah. So, right, yeah, thank you for watching this week. I don't think I've filmed hardly anything this week, to be honest. And next week will probably be much the same. I would like to, but I can't record you some of my speed awareness course on Friday. But it is so strict. I might try and set up my phone.
I can set up my camera in background where they won't see it.
Oh no, but then, no.
You can just zoom in because it's good quality and then clip it down to the size you want.
But it's a 3-hour course. I don't want 3 hours filming.
Yeah, but you just take the bit off that you want and dump the rest.
I just think it may be just a little clip would have been interesting. I can obviously set my camera off to the side on a tripod where it can't be seen, but it's like even being able to actually press it while someone's saying it's so strict. No one can come in the room, no one can be heard in the room, you can't have any children in the house, you can't have your camera off, you can't have your mic off, and it's like it's just ridiculous.
So I can't fart through the kitchen door?
No, neither of you can come in the kitchen at all. You should go and see The Mandalorian and Grogu after he gets out of his exam. And again, the cinema won't even be open.
When does your class thing end up?
2:45.
Oh, so I won't even be home.
You will be home because your exam's in the morning. Your exam finishes at like somewhere around 11ish. So you'll be home probably just before my course is due to start. Because my course is from 11:45 until 3:15. Great, can't wait. And they say that if you break any of the rules, you have to pay to resit it. I've already paid 97 quid and I do not want to pay 97 quid again to resit this bloody thing. But yeah, people say, well, you shouldn't have sped, Lisa. You tell me one person that doesn't go over 30 in a 30-mile-an-hour zone.
Have you bagged up that really classy shirt for Suze?
Yeah. I'm hoping that's what she was talking about, because you know how I don't go back to my comments for months. I went through one day my comments and people will make a reference to something in that video, and by then I've obviously forgotten what the hell the video is, and I tried to scan through the video to work out what it maybe was. She'd said, oh, send it to me. I'm thinking, what's she talking about, send it to me? And I was talking about the fact you bought me that t-shirt for a joke, and I don't know who thinks I'm going to fucking put that on. So
I thought you'd have worn it all the time.
It could well be that I could send that and it's not that, and she could be, what the fuck's this?
Messages are the same, just to clarify.
Why are you sending me this fucking thing? Yeah, I should send a message. I just stay out of my inbox for fear of people seeing me in it. It's ridiculous. And when I saw you were in your inbox and you hadn't read my message.
Near it, you think it highlights the dot. It's ping, ping, ping. It's like, she's online, ping, ping, ping.
I have no idea what happens, but I have been told that it's visible when I'm in my messages.
You can turn your cell phone if you're...
I know you can turn your online presence off, which I think I don't know.
Do you get presents?
But people have said to me that they noticed I was in my messages and I didn't read their message. I'm like, no, I don't read all my messages all the time, because a lot of the time it's buried underneath about 6 or 7 completely unimportant messages. YouTubers will also send you links to their latest videos. They will just send you a message with a link and that's it.
Right.
Like, watch my video. And no, I'm not even going to start.
I am
because
mortally wounded though, by the way.
I could start again, but I won't.
That shirt was especially for you.
Yeah. It says especially for you. If he thinks in any world I am going to wear a Kylie and Jason especially
It's
for you
got Kylie and
t-shirt.
Jason on it. At
Yeah.
their prime.
Yep.
About what, 1988? Is that for?
I have no idea, but it won't even fit size because it's extra large. It's even big for me.
Yeah, but you cut it down.
I said maybe she could use it as a
Cut the neck
nightshirt
off.
or something.
Cut the neck off, put a belt around it. Boom.
Yeah. Kylie and Jason dress.
Yeah.
Lovely. Right, anyway. Thank you for watching. I shall be back next week. I'll let you know how my course was. Yep, I think that's it really. There's nothing else to tell you. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Right, remember I told you that when it was back I would show you my dad's neighbour's thing with the brick things that cost over £2,000. Right, here we are. Right, can you see the way that's pink on the back? And then you see that pink thing? I don't know what they are, but they cost over 2,600 or something. Fucking madness.